Steve Mignani here doing the Junkyard Crawl. If you're like me, you'll agree that every car has a story. And this is what's known as a Subaru XT Coupe. These were built between 1985 and 1991. And I remember being 21 years old in 1985 and seeing these things and saying, what a weird Subaru. You know, I'm used to Subaru Brats and the Subaru 360, which was basically a go-kart with a closed body. Suddenly, Subaru had a sports car. And I'm like, what? Well, these things were available with either 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder power, and even with turbos on either one of those. So these were pretty cool, really, for their day. And it was Subaru's first sporty car. Now, one thing about these were designed with aero in mind, and these actually had a 0.29 coefficient of drag, which was one of the best in the world at the time. About 99,000 of these things were built globally, totally, between, again, 85 and 91. Now, this is not a turbocharged car. It's fairly basic. But one thing we see here is the very low profile nose, almost like a dart. And that's all about the fact that these have a low boxer style engine. And this one here, there's that flat 4. If that was an inline, straight up and down kind of an engine, there's no way Subaru could have had this low nose. But there it is, the flat 4. And again, plenty of room behind it for the 6-cylinder, which was part of the XT6 Coupe, which was a whole different critter. These were available with front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. Again, this is a base car with front-wheel drive only. But again, aero was the key thing they were going for, and style. The nose, of course, standard retractable headlights on all XT Coupes. Kind of an exotic thing for Subaru, who again was mostly known for their brat and kind of boring utility vehicles if you're from where I'm at. Now, aero was again a big issue, and these have a single wiper, this big 22-inch deal right here that kind of hides under the hood line. This thing would cover the entire windshield, so no dual wipers. So little details like that. Another aero touch on these that's pretty cool is how the door handles are flush with the car right there. And they're kind of a two-stage deal. You put your finger in here, and then, so it's like kind of cool, you know. Subaru's really kind of stepping up. Now, inside the car, we'll have our cameraman sort of work his way around, and while he does, absorb these wonderful Subaru deltoid lines, which were kind of all the rage in the 1980s. But inside, Subaru went for a fighter plane cockpit. And here it is. Bucket seats, of course, were standard fare on these things. They are 4-seat cars, but a cool thing, standard equipment on these things is this telescoping steering wheel, which goes in and out, but along with it, so too go the wiper and the heater switches right there. I mean, if this is not like a video game on wheels, I don't know what is. Now, this does have a 6,500 RPM red line and a 135 mile an hour speedometer. So by this point in time, mid-80s, the ludicrous 85 mile an hour mandate that was seen in 1980s or 70s was over with. So Subaru really started to crawl its way back toward a high-performance footing. Of course, by 1996, here in the States, we had the WRX, and Subaru grew from strength to strength from there. So if you ever see a Subaru WRX, well, you can thank the XT Coupe for helping to get the high-performance ball rolling and people thinking about Subarus and high performance at the same time. This car kind of helped to start it off. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to the Steve Mignani YouTube channel, and in the meantime, keep your eyes out for an XT Coupe. They're out there.